Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. It's the moment we've all been waiting for, the moment where I rank every single COD Zombies game, including Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, from worst to best. Let's get right on into it. So coming in dead last, guys, obviously it's no surprise to anyone, this is Black Ops 1 Zombies.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
I'm joking, but the real last place, obviously, is Call of Duty Vanguard. Now, I don't really need to go into Vanguard, you all know why it's bad, but for that person sitting in the back, I'll explain it to you briefly. Basically, this game launched in such a terrible state, like it was missing so many key features to zombies, such as an Easter egg, pack-punch camo, even a pause button in solo. The map roster was awful, possibly the worst DLC season from a Treyarch game we've ever seen, where the best part of this game was Shino Numa. Like, that should instantly tell you this game was fucked from its inception, and I genuinely hope we never get a game like this ever again, because it would probably kill COD Zombies if we got another Vanguard. So next up is Advanced Warfare's Exo Zombies, and I'm gonna be completely honest, I didn't mind this game as a whole, but this Zombies mode just didn't hit the mark. You know, the game launched with no zombies, they basically added this with the DLC season, and the maps are actually not too bad. I like a couple of them, I like Outbreak and Descent, but I think what really fucks this game over is the forced inconveniences within the game, where every single map has those infection rounds which you have to deal with, and granted they're not too bad on Outbreak because that's all you have to worry about. However, the other maps really like to force you to do random shit that you're just not interested in, such as carrying the survivors across the map on Infection and being punished if you fuck it up, the bomb defusals on Carrier where again you have AI shooting at you and you're punished if you fuck it up, and on Descent where it is a mandatory requirement to fight the Goliath boss fight, and if you have low powered weapons or you just haven't upgraded them, good fucking luck. Like, this game loves to force you to do random shit that you're not interested in, and I think that really bogs down my enjoyment of this game overall. So next up we have World at War Zombies the original. Now hold up, I know it may seem sacrilegious to put the original this low, but let's be honest, aside from the sound design and atmosphere, World at War has aged incredibly poorly, where yes, those two specific things are timeless and have aged probably the best of any COD Zombies, but without those factoring into the equation, what you're left with is the most clunky Zombies experience with the most boring roster of maps we've ever seen, and there's really no point to play this game in the present day when Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 3 literally have this game's entire map catalog where there's just no point to play it. You know, there's no standout map this game has that the others don't have. So World at War laid the foundations for the mode and we respect it, but let's be honest, it's just bare bones. So next up is World War II Zombies, and this game, I really like the launch map, the Final Reich. It is one of the best maps in my opinion, not necessarily on the tier that the Treyarchs have, the best that they have to offer, but it's still a phenomenal map. The gameplay is also pretty good. It's just like, it's not like Black Ops 3's, but it's not too far off at the same time. The new systems were definitely interesting, and I did like a couple of features that this game had to offer, such as beating the super Easter egg and being able to change your playable character, which I thought was quite interesting. But again, what fucks this game over, just like most of the non-Treyarchs, are just the maps, where this game in particular had the worst DLC season of the non-Treyarchs. It's not even close. Like, the Shadowed Throne was decent, but then you had the Tortured Path, the Darkest Shore, and the Frozen Dawn all in the same game. Realistically, it can't go any higher for that reason, where it has decent mechanics and a decent gameplay overall, but the maps are fucking awful for the most part. So next up we have Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, and I'm gonna be completely honest, I was wrong about this game. I thought, you know, prior to its launch, it was gonna be another Vanguard, just be completely awful in every way, and I'm gonna be honest, I was wrong. The game at its core, yes, it's not round-based, but it is a lot of fun, especially with friends. But there's no getting around the fact that whilst yes, it's early into its life cycle and things could change, in its present state, it is just a lackluster Cold War Zombies, where this game just has one thing that made Cold War great, and it lacks the round base or the onslaught or any of the progression, as I just feel like whilst yes, progression does exist in this game, it's just a step backwards from what Cold War established. It's better than Vanguard, and I'm excited to see what the DLC season holds for this release, but let's be honest, you'd be better off just playing Cold War. So next up we have Black Ops 1 Zombies, and contrary to what people might think, I am not a Black Ops 1 hater, because if I was, it would be at the bottom of the list. But this game took everything that worked with World at War and improved it, it fixed what needed improving, kept what worked, and just added new content such as new perks, Easter eggs, and developed the story. But again, what really holds this game back is that there's no reason to play it in the modern day, because 8 of the 10 maps in this game was just brought into BO3, and in my opinion done way better. What does that leave? It leaves Call the Dead and 5, which aren't even that good maps anyway in the grand scheme of things, but at the same time you could play them in BO3 in custom maps, or you could play the Black Ops 4 reimagined. So this game just doesn't have that much content, and again, the content it has is bare bones. Like, there's no boss fights, there's no buildable Easter eggs or specialists. There's really nothing to this game aside from hitting the box and having fun, and if that's your thing, Black Ops 1 is decent, but again, I just think Black Ops 3 would satisfy you more if you wanted a casual game of zombies. So next up is Infinite Warfare Zombies, the best of the non-Treyarch modes. Again, it feels very similar to BO3, it even has a similar gobblegum system with the Fate and Fortune cards. The customization is very good in this game, easily better than BO3 with the different weapon variants you can get, and also Director's Cut was fantastic and the best super Easter egg reward we've ever seen in COD Zombies, period. Doesn't matter, Treyarch, non-Treyarch, it's phenomenal. Again, unfortunately, it has the non-Treyarch Zombies curse, where aside from the Zombies in Spaceland and Rave in the Redwoods, the maps in this game were a little bit shaky in terms of quality, where Shaolin, you either loved it or you hated it. Attack of the Radioactive Thing, it wasn't everyone's thing, and the map does look quite bland, and the less we say about Beast from Beyond, the better. Whilst yes, it had the Mephistopheles boss fight, that map was not that great. So IW, fantastic game overall, and a really good zombies mode. It's just the maps that hold it back, unfortunately. So up next, guys, we have Cold War Zombies, and I know a lot of people dislike this mode, and I can totally see why, but at the same time, I really do enjoy what this mode had to offer, where if you are a sucker for casual zombies, this is easily the best game. The 4 maps are actually pretty good, whilst not demanding too much from the player. It has Easter eggs, boss fights, buildable wonder weapons, all that kind of cool shit that you guys expect from a modern zombies game. But what really carries this is the progression, as well as the versatility, where the progression in this game is second to none. Honestly, it is the best that any zombies game has received. You can upgrade literally everything, your perks from your field upgrades, all the way to your Pack-a-Punch double effects. You also have the weapons which provide actual differences to your weapons with the attachments, and also you have Outbreak and Onslaught, which adds a little bit of meat onto the bones of the game. Onslaught was a PlayStation exclusive feature, but now we all have it and it's amazing. So cracking into the top 3, guys, starting us off, we have Black Ops 4 Zombies, and this will be the biggest hot take, I'm sure, having it this high, because I know Black Ops 4 doesn't get that much love. But I think one thing that we all need to appreciate is how much work went into this game. You have 8 massive maps, all of them having Easter eggs, 7 of them having boss fights. There's technically like 4 or 5 different crews with 2 different stories. Like, obviously a lot of work and effort went into this game. And I'll be honest, most of it landed. Like, even the worst maps in this game, such as Voyage and Alpha Omega, still have redeeming qualities, such as Voyage's boss fight and Alpha Omega being a fun map to go for high rounds. You then have some of the best maps ever created, being 9 and Ancient Evil, truly fantastic releases, and they're just a pleasure to play from start to finish. And obviously you have some maps like Blood and Classified, where sure, they're not for everyone, but they're just fun reimagines to play, and they offer new things such as Blood's boss fight. Granted, some maps didn't meet the mark, like Dead of the Night and Tag are just criminally average experiences, But again, even then, they have great features to them, such as the atmosphere and design. Like, these maps are really good. Some people don't like the perk system. I personally didn't have a problem with it. The perk system's fine. Spawning in with specialists, again, it is what it is. And I just really enjoy this game from start to finish. Now, yes, not every map is good. There are bad things about this game, which hold it back from being any higher, but overall, most of this game was a fantastic experience from start to finish. Moving to the number 2 spot on the list, we have Black Ops 2 Zombies, and I'm just going to get this out of the way. Some maps in this game were awful, like Transit, Bus Depot, and Farm. They're bad, I'm not going to defend them. They are truly some of the worst maps ever created. The rest of the game, however, is gold. It really is. It's a fantastic experience. Once again, there was a lot of work that went into this game. You had 3 different crews, 3 storylines that kind of converged in a way, and you had some of the best characters we've ever seen, such as the introduction of the Primus crew, as well as the mobsters on Mob of the Dead, which I really enjoyed. And the 6 maps that we actually got that were pretty good, I still play to this day. Like, Nuketown is a pretty fun survival map, same with Town. Die Rise gets a lot of hate. Honestly, I think people just haven't played Die Rise, they just watched their favourite YouTuber slander this map, and that was that. Mob of the Dead and Origins are just fantastic from start to finish, we all know this. And Buried is a map that, whilst people can't seem to agree on, I think is a really fun map that, you know, you should go back and play. So, BO2, not perfect, again, but I think if you want a casual zombies experience, whilst also having some really fantastic maps, Black Ops 2 is easily the one for you. But at the top of the list, guys, was it going to be anything else? Let's be honest, it's Black Ops 3 Zombies. Now, this game just has everything. It has the most maps. It brought back the best maps from the prior games, had all of World at War's maps, had some of the most fan-favorite maps such as Kino and Moon from Black Ops 1, brought back Origins from BO2, which was the best map from that game, and it introduced some amazing maps of its own, such as Shadows of Evil, near perfect map, same with Der Eisendrache. The Giant was a great remaster, of World at War's Der Riese. Zetsubo and Revelations didn't quite meet the mark. I know some people are a bit shaky on them. Honestly, I think they're fine maps, but a step backwards from DE, obviously. And Gorod Krovi, a fan favorite experience. So this game just has everything. It has a fantastic map roster. The gameplay is fantastic even to this day. Progression is fun. You know, the Gobblegums are also great and add replayability. This game is just perfect. We all know this. Anyways, guys, that's all I've got for you today. Go away now.